let's talk about that feeling. You know the one? That feeling of being stuck? That little voice in your head that says, there's got to be something more out there for me. But maybe you just haven't found the courage to really go for it. Well, today, we're diving into exactly how to make that leap.
I mean, it can hit you literally anywhere, right? You could be sitting at your desk, stuck in some meeting, or even doing something you used to love, and then, bam, this flash of clarity just washes over you, and you know, this isn't it. You're there in body for sure, but your mind, your spirit, it's already looking for the door.
And here's the way to think about it. At some point, you actually made an appointment to be where you are right now. Every single situation in your life started with you saying yes to it. But here's the thing about appointments. They have expiration dates. So the real question, the one we're really digging into, is this. Has your appointment expired? And if it has, what are you going to do about it?
Okay, so this feeling, it leads us right into our first big idea here. We're going to call it the counterfeit life. This is what happens when that sense of this isn't it stops being a fleeting thought and starts being, well, your everyday reality.
So what is a counterfeit life exactly? Look, it's when you're doing everything you're supposed to do. You're checking all the boxes. You've got the job, the routine. From the outside, everything looks perfect, but on the inside, it feels completely fake, like you're just acting out a part in a play that isn't really you.
And this is that voice inside your head that just won't shut up. You know, someone comes up and says, "Wow, you're doing so great." But all you can hear is this little whisper saying, "I can do more than this. I am more than this." It's that gut feeling that your true potential is being wasted.
And what's driving all this? It's fear. Plain and simple. It's not purpose pushing you forward, it's fear holding you back. Fear of change, fear of failure, fear of what people will think. You know, there's this great story about a hairdresser. She loved what she did, but one day she realized she was just going through the motions. She wasn't driven by her passion anymore. She was driven by the fear of losing the security she had.
So, how in the world do you break free from that? Well, it all kicks off with one single powerful moment, a turning point. We're calling this your I've had it moment.
Look, you can try to push the truth down, ignore it, pretend it isn't there, but it never really goes away. It's like what Winston Churchill said. You can attack it, you could laugh at it, but in the end, it's still there. And facing that truth, the truth that you're not living the life you were meant to live, that is the only way to get free.
And this is that moment, the real turning point. It's not some quiet little wish you make. No, it's a declaration. It's when the pain of staying where you are finally outweighs the fear of making a change. It's you, drawing a line in the sand and saying, that's it, I am not living like this anymore.
So how do you know you've hit that point? Well, the signs are usually staring you right in the face. The place you work feels totally toxic. Your fuse is super short. You've just got this bad attitude you can't shake. You just feel completely out of alignment. Listen, these aren't just a string of bad days. They're symptoms that you've outgrown where you are. Your appointment, it has definitely expired.
Okay, so recognizing the problem is huge. That's step one. But real lasting change, that takes a plan. And it's all about making a massive shift from being driven by fear to being driven by faith. Faith in yourself and faith in your purpose.
Let's circle back to that hairdresser for a second. See, she didn't just rage quit one day. No, she created a blueprint for her change. First, she made the huge decision to sell her business. Then she invested in herself, went and got an MBA. She strategically worked in the corporate world to gain new skills. And then she came back to her industry, but this time completely on her own terms. It was a smart, calculated journey, not just a blind leap of faith.
And the mindset shift here is absolutely everything. Let's break it down like this. Fear. You can think of it as an acronym. False evidence appearing real. It's that story you tell yourself about all the things that could go wrong. But faith? That's also an acronym. Finding answers in the heart. See the difference? It's about tuning out all that outside noise and finally listening to your own inner compass.
So, how do you find those answers? It starts with a really simple but deep question. Ask yourself this right now. What's in your heart? What's that one thing you're so passionate about that you do it 7 days a week, even if you weren't getting paid? That's your clue. That's your compass pointing you home. And this is just a message of pure, untapped potential. The moment you commit to that path of faith, doors are going to open that you can't even see right now. I mean, think about it. Some of the most successful speakers started out talking to just 5 people in a living room. They had no clue it would become a global career.
The point is, your first step doesn't have to look anything like your final destination.
And at the end of the day, this isn't just about you feeling happy. It's bigger than that. It's about the impact you have, what you give back to the world. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important idea, the legacy question.
Helen Keller just nailed it, didn't she? Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Staying put in that counterfeit life isn't just unfulfilling, it's nothing. Choosing the real path, your path, that's the adventure. And in the world we live in today, taking charge of your own adventure isn't some nice-to-have luxury. It's a flat-out necessity. So here's the mandate. Your life is your responsibility. Period. And the choice is really simple when you boil it down. Are you going to leave behind a legacy of your impact, your unique gifts, a life lived to the absolute fullest, or are you going to leave behind a liability, a life full of regret and what-ifs? And get this, it's a staggering number, but some say 87% of people die with their music still inside them. They die wondering, what if? That means only 13% of people really, truly live with no regrets. That's not just a statistic, you guys. That is a warning. It's a warning about the massive, massive cost of doing nothing. So I have to ask you, if today were your last day, what would die with you? What gifts, what talents, what big dreams would just disappear? Don't let your greatest ideas, your art, your unique contribution to this world become ghosts. The world is waiting for what only you can bring to the table. You can do more. You are more. Find the courage, face your truth, and go unleash that greatness that's inside you.